Radio. You will be able to
Just getting in. Just getting in. Are we on?
You ready?
Am I on here? Get me locked in. Fremont, are we live? Hello? Hello? This is Comrade. Am I on?
please leave a detailed message. Thank you for calling.
Damn, Chairman, you hung up.
Thank you for calling.
I moved too fast. Okay.
Something strange.
No, that's me. Okay, click me on in one more time. Click me in. Let's go. Yep, bring straight in. All right.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please, and you will be able to. You are now in the host queue.
Am I on? Are we on? Free them all. This is Comrade. Are we on? Are we on? Are we locked in? Free them all. This is Comrade. Are we live and direct? Free them all. Are we on? He locked back up now. Is he locked up or he locked back up? Okay, I'm trying to get. I don't know if he is he locked. Is he out to 7 or is he on now? So, Comrade, are we locked? Are we on? Are we live? He comes back out at 7 or he locked up. He got to go lock back up at 7. He locked back up at 7. Okay, we got a jail call. I'm trying to get right in. So, Comrade, are we live? Okay, this has got to happen here. Okay, I don't. Blog Talk, are we live?
You want me to click back?
Yeah. Okay.
Call me back.
Yeah, I'm calling you right back. Okay. If you talk to him, tell him we trying to get this straight right now. All right, bring him on. I'm cool. Start.
Free them all. Hold on.
All right. Okay. Yeah, please.
If he wants to stand.
Huh?
Well, stand if I'm gonna allow you that.
His phone?
Yeah, for him.
Oh, you allow your thing too? Your phone?
Stand or
You stand?
We could.
You good?
Yeah, for sure.
All
you
right.
got stands over there if you want to stand. Can we bring you one?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You are now in the host queue.
Are we live? Okay, we experienced some technical, maybe, I don't know if technical, political difficulties was going down. I don't know if I could be heard on Blog Talk Radio. I'm kind of glad y'all seeing this too. Some of the struggles. Okay. Well, we got some jail calls coming in. I don't, you know what I'm saying, we expected. I don't know how we going to deal with this. Okay, so because somebody text, who's on the boards tonight? Let me know, give me what's happening. Can you hear me? What's going on? This is some of the background, some of the background we got to deal with that happens, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad y'all seeing this, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of times, one of the mistakes that we make is we make it look easy. People think it's easy, you know? I'm glad y'all seeing some of the stuff, just even putting this thing together, you know what I'm saying? This ain't CNN or none of that. Some stuff we can put together in order to serve you, you know what I'm saying? I tell people come to the Black Panther Party Free Breakfast Program and say, well, I ain't getting many eggs I thought I was gonna get, and they think this is a state-sponsored service, and not knowing the different struggles and stuff that go on with it, you know, with a on the ground movement, you know what I'm saying? So again, I don't know what we have some technical or political difficulties in regards to getting through the blog talk. The phone is necessary because we got some calls coming in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, I'm glad hey, yes, my brother Lamar Foster Bay, get right on. Who's know the work that we do out there on the streets. A lot of these cats, they just know us, you know, don't even know us really, you know what I'm saying, in the scene. So I'm gonna talk about even the dynamics of shows we go through, just even having to putting the show together every week. Sister Comrade, someone let me know who's on the boards. Okay, this week we got to do because we got a number of jail calls coming in, so I'm pressing today. Let me okay, Mother Comrade, let's how can I find out who's on the boards? Let me see what I can do. Okay, tech issues. Okay, we got technical difficulties. They're trying to relog in now. Until that happens, for the blog talk, I'm gonna open up. We got some jail calls coming in, and this was let me get introduction. Heads up, eyes open, and fists clenched. Y'all know what this is. Welcome to another weekly episode of Free of My Radio here, Intellectual Radio, hosted by yours truly, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. in the spirit of making history, taking history, and taping history. Let's get locked and loaded, y'all. March 8th, 2023. We dealing with some technical difficulties in regard to the blog talk, the call in, and this is this Chairman Mao would say it's terrible, but it's fine. To see some of the internal organs. A lot of times people say, you know, they call, let's do this show. Never know the different dynamics of it, you know. So I tell that some and you don't want to put out too much stuff because a lot of times it's humbling, it's embarrassing. Some of the strokes we have to deal with. If y'all forgive me, y'all know I like to do no commercials for nobody. I need some coffee real quick though, you know, especially Dunkin' Donuts. But a little bit under the weather, but y'all bear with us, you know what I'm saying? As we say, Cub with us, Black Panther Party Cubs. So soon we get this technical difficulty to deal with, you know, so we're going to go right into these jail calls. Comrade Stan McKinney said, they will never count me amongst the broken men. Field Marshal George Jackson, no doubt about it. Real talk. And, you know what I'm saying? And we're not crying the blues, ain't no music playing, but I just, again, it just, a lot of people have no frame of reference, you know what I'm saying, with a grassroots organization, there's not a revolutionary organization, you know what I'm saying, grapples with, you know, a lot of times people say, well, our organization, we do this and we do that, and not to be, you know, ego tripping thing, but again, but you put in context the counterinsurgency that, you know, so that you continuously subjected to, you know, put that in context, what we're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, and just again, and I say counterinsurgency, like, not a lot of times you hear that term and say, well, the government didn't do this, well, I can't see the state, but just even the mindset of a people, how they view a black organization that's not a revolutionary organization. You know what I'm saying? Because Field Marshal George Jackson said that capitalism not only affects the economy, but it affects the mindset of the psychic. It not only affects the economy, but it affects the psychic of a people. So there's certain things that people wouldn't even, how they would move. They would never try at their religious institution. They would never try at their job or plantation, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? With the movement, it's like, you know, we had people they're put in a certain arena, but again, and this is in a lot of times in their defense, they have no frame of reference of revolutionary organization. I mean, like literally, you go back and you can do one of them DNA checks and go back to their lineage. You say, man, you have no context of no freedom fighting organization, you know. So we soon we get these technical difficulties dealt with, we're gonna roll into phone calls. But in the meantime, between time, I don't want to do a disservice and cut our listener audience off. Got a brother here. We're gonna talk about some different issues, in particular about the youth, black children in particular, and these that we reference a lot of times these children concentration camps, for lack of better terms. So when we're talking about that, you know what I'm saying, mental health impacts, so on and so forth, how to deal with that, and you know, and not just in a broad narrative, you know, negating, you know, such major points you got to talk about. You talk about any contradiction, race, so on and so forth. So keep in mind, stay with us. We got that issue. Also, the Mumia Abu-Jamal's court date is another court date for long-held political prisoner Mumia Abu-Jamal is upcoming, and so you want to talk about what's the latest call is. It's a campaign going out. Say, what has Mumia Abu-Jamal meant to you? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be talking about that too. Doing these drops for long-held political prisoner Mumia Abu-Jamal. We working on up and ante, getting the podcast set up at the Hampton House. You know, and a lot of times people say, well, man, y'all, and a lot of times people come in, well, you should have this, you know, and it's see again, it seems so easy. You know, and they say in Chicago when they crack on you at your issue, you ain't really in tune with something, you ain't too bright. They say, bless your heart, you know. So yeah. An inmate was found dead in Cook County Jail. We talked. In fact, we had some dialogue with the mother of the individual, and in fact, Cassandra Greer, who widow of Nicholas Lee, she even touched down with them. In fact, we may be expecting them to call in. In fact, within last week, 2 more people dead in the infamous Cook County Jail. So we're waiting on the parents of one of the individuals at least to call in. And we're going to talk about the Cook County Jail, Mumia Abu-Jamal. We're going to be talking about International Women's Day by going down to Logan's Prison. Logan, that's all women prison, going down there, taking the soap and water down there, delivering water and soap down there. They're doing that this week. Okay. So Mumia, Juvenile, what else we got on there? Comrade Chewy's, our coordinator for New Orleans, Louisiana, his 70th birthday. He hears to work with the Black Panther Party Cubs down in New Orleans, Louisiana. He did 18 years in Angola Penitentiary. Courageous comrade. He done called, y'all done heard him before. We had to go down there a few times in regards to even Hurricane America. Well, a lot of people euphemistically refer to as Hurricane America. We had to go down and hit the ground with him down there, but his birthday is coming up this weekend. He a real humble brother, never talk about himself. In fact, we had to struggle with him about even making his birthday a public political event, and in the process of fighting for his home, because he told me, his home down there, so it's gonna be a fundraiser also, and that's Albert Chewy Clark down in New Orleans, Louisiana, March 12th, I believe, March 12th. March 12th, that's up there. And also, I think we'll be in Alabama. We'll be in Alabama, February 22nd for press conference. Lakeith, his brother's last name, young brother, they gave life going down there, speak on his behalf. That's February 22nd in Alabama. And we might try to touch down the Legacy Museum also, get some ins and outs, how we can up the ante with the Hampton House. And what else is on our subject matter? Let me click over and try to call back and see if we got any luck on Blog Talk Radio real quick, y'all. 1 second. I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna hang up and call you right back.
Right on. Hold on.
All right. One little right back at you.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you will be able to listen to the show. You are now in the host queue.
Fremont, any luck? Man, hell of a day was just to happen.
Unmuted.
Fremont, we good?
Fremont, Chairman, can you hear me?
Yeah, Fremont, yes. You loud? Okay, let's.
Oh, yeah, we're live on Blog Talk.
Okay, right on. Let's roll. Okay, 6:55. What time is? Oh, okay, brother. I'm gonna start with you, but I'm expecting the. Do we got any callers in queue? I'm expecting the jail call to come in. Are you gonna try back again right now?
Fremont, no callers in queue. Callers in queue, press 1 to speak.
Okay, make sure you press 1. He's trying to call. Okay, to kill anybody else. If you call back, you make sure you hit 1. We're gonna bring them right in. We're gonna seize the time.
Okay, but
Calls online. Make sure they press 1.
Fremont caller.
Fremont call. Welcome to Fremont Radio.
Yes. Hello?
Hello.
Chairman Fred.
Yes.
Chairman Fred.
Yes. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, this is William County Miller.
Say it again. You breaking up. Say it one more time, please.
But anyway, just can you hear me now?
I hear you. We got some real rough technical thing. We're gonna work it out, those. Go ahead, brother. We hearing you. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it happen.
Okay. Well, anyway, just to finish our conversation we were having tonight, there was of us that worked with your Uncle Bill. Floating here to make the Hampton House a national landmark. And one of the suggestions that came up was, in order to help get some of the financing to do it right, is to contact the first black homecoming queen from Proviso East High School, which your brother helped to bring online. She is married to Bob Johnson on BET. And should I maybe try to contact her and appeal to her humanity? She has ample resources to maybe help do something to put the Hampton House on financial stability.
Right on for the call. Right on, brother.
Yeah, that was just one of the ideas. Try to raise some money in order to.
Yes. Let me touch on for those who may be privy of what you're saying. First of all, thank you, Carl. This is a brother who grew up in Maywood, who knew Chairman Fred even before he was Chairman Fred. Went to high school. For the Chairman Fred's alma mater was Proviso East High School. In fact, it was ironically he graduated in 1966, the same year the Black Panther Party was birthed. That was he graduated 1966. Okay. Is your father online? Kia, hold on 1 second. Y'all forgive me. I'm doing. I'm like I'm a Panther cub acting like an octopus tonight, doing 8 different things at one time. Give me a heads up if your father online, and if it's if your father online, we're gonna bring you straight in. Because if the jail call come in, want to bring the jail call straight in. Reason being, y'all know, Fremont. Jail call is in.
Fremont, I have 2 callers on the line, 19052 and 19954.
Okay.
You want me to bring them both in?
No, hold him 1 minute. We can finish his brother's point. Neither of those are the jail calls. Hold it. Okay, let me finish his brother's point. Who just called in? Then we're gonna bring them in, and then I'll give you a heads up when the jail call comes in. But let me finish his brother's point. Who just called in? provides some of the war stories, for lack of better terms, that Fred Hampton, before he was the chairman, you know what I'm saying? And ironically, his brother here today, we just met. We talking about Field Marshal George Jackson. In our first discussion, I see you talking about his youth, and he said something like, you know, the political aspect, and my response was, everything is political. Mm-hmm. You look at, see, a lot of times, one of the disadvantages of being colonized, being oppressed, is you have to look back, you have to look for certain ruling class definitions of colonized, so on and so forth. But the deal is, you're saying, like, people like the Black Panther Party, they took those terms like socialism, capitalism out of the bookshelves and made them applicable to the late. And you can look at different people in their lives, you know what I'm saying, growing up, and you can see different, different contradictions in their life. I look at this guy named Tyrone Powell, one of the first FBI or black, not first. He was the FBI. He's a black FBI agent. He talks about even as a child, the difference between him and his brother, his biological brother. He said his brother would say they played cowboys in Indian. His brother would play the Indian. He played the cowboy. His brother talked about Fred Hampton. He said as a child he could relate to him. And again, this one became an FBI agent. Even his children, you can see different political aspirations. You know what I'm saying, and such forces such Field Marshal George Jackson are not detached from that. And the Black Panther Party. A lot, like if you really look back, you know what I'm saying, it's like the politics. It really, I say that was like Chairman Fred's call. It was a fit for these forces to be service to the people. But you go back and look at different situations as children. You look back, you know what I'm saying, even for those who don't know, George, who he's Field Marshal, he's drafted Field Marshal. The historical stomping grounds where the Henry Horner projects are at, you know what I'm saying, where he grew up at, and the different dynamics, contradictions he dealt with in the schools, so on and so forth. You can see some of the line of consistency there. Fred Hampton, before he was the chairman at Proviso East High School, one of the war stories, Catherine, I can't recall, forgive me, I can't recall her name. She's the former wife of CEO of BET, Bob Johnson. And what happened was there was a run. She ran for homecoming queen, and she did not. And she didn't win. Excuse me. She had technically won homecoming queen, but the administration said they would not allow no black homecoming queen, and they brought a young white lady up. Fred Hampton challenged this contradiction. So the concession was the administration said, okay, we're gonna give out two different, one black, one white. He heightened those contradictions. Again, this was prior to him becoming in the Black Panther Party, and our call is saying we want to contact these people like this again, because actually the resource a lot of people have, you know what I'm saying. And you it's a piece of Michael K. Williams talked about how the benefit a lot of people get resources of the different struggles and stuff that the people on the ground take, and it's not reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you called in. So we're gonna put a call for her. You know what I'm saying? Find her on Twitter, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because she assists the campaign with the State of Hampton House, statehamptonhouse.org. Donate button's right there. Let me go bring this call in right now. Get a call in queue. I think our jail call is here right now. And thank you again, brother. And this brother, he comes through all the time to the Hampton House, whatever support he can. Call in queue. I might be a 312. Give me the first three digits. What you calling from? The jail call. My brother Justin Blake earlier called, said, what time to call in? I said, I'm moving from political pivot, man. I really can't, you know what I'm saying? We got to seize the time we dealing with. A reporter asked me, how many members do you have? I said, shit, that depends on how many people the police done killed. Call in queue.
Very much. We have 312.
312, is that you?
756.
Free them all. Yes, free them all. Welcome to Fremont Radio. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Let's call it Fremont.
Fremont, this is Tracy. I'm glad people listening, and I'm listening in to y'all's conversation. I'm just listening. I didn't know if I could tune in.
Oh, right on. Stay riding with us, no doubt about it. Right on. Yes, stay tuned in with us. Hold on one second. Okay, kid, text kid, the jail call, is that a what's the first three digits? Is he on? And keep disconnected. Okay. Press 1. They keep disconnected. So we playing about ear, y'all. So we gonna keep rolling. And whenever you press 1 to get in. While we wait on that call, brother, introduce yourself. Who we got here? And talk to me. Give us a little background. Who we got here?
I hope all is well. My name is Johnny Daniels from the west side of Chicago. I was born and raised over there. So I ended up okay. All right. As I was saying, my apologies for that. My name is Johnny Daniels. Born and raised on the west side of Chicago. Grew up on North Avenue in Laramie, around that area. I ended up going to Foreman High School, and from there I ended up going to Purdue University playing football. Then after that, I ended up receiving a master's in forensic psychology. Worked at a juvenile for 3 years, and I ended up becoming a therapist. And from there, long story short, I ended up creating a therapeutic curriculum for our kids, because I didn't agree with the type of curriculum in which the therapeutic company had. I didn't feel like it was for our black kids, and they wasn't getting it. And so I took measures into my own hands, and I decided to create it, not only by myself, but within the power of God who did that. Put it in my head, and I asked him to be an open vessel. And from there, everything else flowed within me.
Hold on one second. Is jail calling in? Call in? Let us know. Okay, just let us. Okay, it won't be rude or nothing. Just jump in. If the jail call comes in, just jump right in. Okay, kid. Let me know when y'all on. We want to take this. Okay, brother. We talk. Okay, so your okay. In particular, your field is what? What field you in?
Forensic psychology. It's more.
That's probably that's West Side Chicago with forensic psychology. What that's some common. I just met a brother. God, who he was at? I forgot what field he's in, and I was commenting. It wasn't forensic psychology. I was commenting. I said, "Is that common for for our people?" And I'm curious. What because like people like who set the path? What triggered you to even engage in that forensic psychology? What triggered you? What inspired you to go in that field?
Man, so I always say curiosity is the foundation of learning.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just curious. I was watching a serial killer movie one time, and then I ended up watching a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, I got deep into it. I was curious about it, and so it was like something that kept calling me towards that.
Chairman, we have a comment you.
Okay, Fremont, is the jail call?
Fremont caller.
Fremont calling. Welcome to Fremont Radio.
Hello.
Yes.
Fremont. The phone keeps hanging up every time I connect with you guys.
Yeah.
It hangs right up from the jail call.
Yeah. They on their job. We get up there on our job, no doubt about it. Okay, talk to me until he calls you back. Give us a little background. The deal. I mean, you got to be his voice. You got to be his voice when he can't speak. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to give us a little background. You know what I'm saying? How long he's been locked up? Who is he to you? You know what I'm saying? And then if he click back in, you hang. You feel me? You hang up and move fast. Click it and click it right back in. You know what I'm saying? But right now, break the ice for us. And I need y'all to be multitask with us, listeners and viewers. This subject, don't forget this subject we're talking about. Bear with us. We're going to connect all the dots. You know what I'm saying? So bear with us. I know a lot of times people need you to say, stick with one subject, but we got to be on a political pivot. We don't got to be on a political pivot. So who are you? Needs and tell us, you know what I'm saying, what the connection, the significance of who we waiting on to call back in.
Okay. My name is Tykea Pettis. I'm calling for my father. His name is Tyrone Pettis. He has been locked up for over 25 years for a crime that he did not commit. So basically, he's been locked up since 1998. They never gave him a chance to like see his case. He's not saying that he did not, wasn't there at the time of the crime. He's stating, give me one second.
He's been locked up since when?
Daddy.
19 what?
Daddy.
Oh, okay.
Daddy. Can you hear me, Daddy? Hello? What's going on?
Yeah.
So he's been locked up since 1998. So
And-
he's not saying that he did not, wasn't there. He's saying that he didn't do the kill. So he's going now. He went for a clemency and everything, and they just denied his clemency.
We heard okay. He's been locked up since 1998, and how long? Okay? I mean, and just for full disclosure, I know this brother. I don't know how far back, man. Like family, man. And how old were you? What's your your father? How old were you? And just give, if you can, you've been on you've been on this show with us before. In fact, a lot of people talked about the time when the last time you was on the show. That last closing remark, you know what I'm saying, had impacted people. You took us, it was like a microcosm of how, how it impacted, so last time we just look at the prisoner, but how it impacted you is, the family, so on and so forth. And how old were you when he was taken from the streets, and how has it impacted you and your children and the close vicinity of other people that you know? And I even jump in, like how my memories of him also. I'll let you start off.
Okay. So when my father first got locked up, I was 12 years old. Basically, we've been talking on the phone. I go see him when I can and everything. I have 3 kids, 12, 9, and 8. He never seen my last 2 kids. My son and my other daughter. My firstborn, my daughter, yeah, they interact well. He called her and everything. But far as, we need him in our life. I need him in my life, I was raised, my mom raised me and did the best she could. She did an awesome job. But that's no a father's love. You know what I'm saying? And a father being interactive with me. Mm-hmm. And my kids as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So I was 12 years old when he first got locked up.
Hmm.
He's been going from, first he was in Stateville, now he's situated in Danville Correctional Facility.
Mm-hmm. I know. Right. What's particularly? Well, let me jump in just real quick and say something. Let me add in something. A lot of times when I talk about these different situations, whether it be, the police murder someone in the community, a respective prisoner, so on and so forth. And some people just throw me, hear me throw the stats and the facts out and give you a political assessment. And a lot of times people, they saying they don't draw the connection. Saying, that the direct impact. And I try to say everything is political. Even if it seems to be personal, you know what I'm saying. And this is one of the brothers, in my community that I know, that just even their presence, you know what I'm saying, is a certain, it's a certain backbone to it that people can relate to. And this brother, him, in fact, we just lost his brother. Tell you how crazy this whole while I'm talking about it, it's tripping me out. Floyd. His older brother, man, was my man. I just commented when I go to this restaurant in the neighborhood. I still think about him a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? We grew up, Floyd Pettis, and the niece, his niece in Iowa. That's the case we just talked about. You know what I'm saying? When she was murdered, and it's you know like it's a small world. Hello, we there?
Yeah.
Okay.
He can't come. He's not going to be able to come.
All right.
I'm just going to have to call.
Right, you got it. Okay, okay. No doubt.
He just got knocked back up.
Okay, all right. Well, let them know we got okay. So okay, to Tyrone. Okay, this in the community, there are certain people like you know what I'm saying like some backbone. They talking about like even in house. I make a joke about we make light about sometimes. I just seen a piece on Instagram with James Amos who played James Evans in Good Times, and the guy walked in Jamaica, and the guy was telling James Amos, he said, "Man, you don't know just the impact you had on my family." You know what I'm saying? This is Jamaica. This is in Jamaica. The imagery of it, you know what I'm saying? The household, you know what I'm saying? And even, you know, when I spoke at the funeral services, we did a repast on our own. We went to the Murray Park. We did our own thing for Stanley Tookie Williams, co-founder of the Crips. And a lot of times people like people talking about like even as I said, you know, Tookie grew up in a climate similar to the I and many others grew up in, deprived of such organizations as the Black Panther Party. And there's a lot of discussion, like even now in Chicago, people saying, what do you think the impact of people such as Imam Malik, aka Jeff Ford, Larry Hoover, they'd be released? And that time people have a reactionary assessment, like, can they stop the violence? Can they do this? But the reality is, it's a certain people. It's like even clinically speaking, they talk about the pheromones that men release. You know, just clinically, their presence. And in certain people, you just see even the aura how it impacts the community, just their presence. We was doing a protest one time on 66 in Halsted, and some older brothers coming down, and they were demoralized. I didn't say they were dope fiends. They were strung, demoralized. You know what I'm saying? That's a term. Everything is political. Your terms, everything. And one brother picked up his banner. He said, "Man, free Jeff Ford." And another said, "Free Larry Hoover." And these some older cats. And they were going through some trouble. And you could see the tension. And one brother said, "Chairman, won't you?" I said, "Be cool, be cool." And the brother said, "Chairman," I said, "Be cool." But you seen throughout the process, both of these individuals, and you seen people around them, they were demoralized. But just with the mention of certain names, you seen them raise up like their backbone straightened out. You can see even how even the sisters and people around them, how they were impacted. And then it was kind of getting antagonistic. And I grabbed a microphone and I spoke. I said, "Free them all." And you seen this unity. And my brother said, "Damn." He said, "Chem, why did you?" I said, "No, that was necessary. Certain things, certain contradictions are necessary. You need to we say heighten the contradictions. A lot of times people try to nip it in the bud prematurely, but these individuals' names, it impacted them in their lives. You know what I'm saying? You can see the way it impacted them. It's a piece on National Geographic one time where these elephants, the elephants were going through, they call musk. It's like equivalent to puberty. These were no bad elephants. They were just bumping. They just start bumping each other. They teenagers. They bumping each other, and then just they brought one bull. They put the head elephant, his presence down there, and you can see the whole atmosphere change just with the presence. And this brother Tyrone, I know again, is certain forces that even from how it benefits the community, like you know what I'm saying, and that's how we start looking at the situation. Like when Tupac said, "Brenda got a baby," and the cat said, "How does that impact me?" A lot of people look at it subjectively, like, "Well, it ain't my baby," you know what I'm saying. But the impact of the community, certain forces, you will hear certain names. How can you say, not just out of physical, not I know physical fear, but has sets the atmosphere, had impacts, you know what I'm saying, and it helps even set the balance of a community. Something that we have been snatched from. One of America's policies is to create chaos, then restore order. Create chaos, then restore order. When they go through Afghanistan, they destroy all the structure, and they grab certain individuals. The one they put as a president, his brother was the biggest, the most slimiest dope dealer, you know what I'm saying? And they put him in place. In our communities, they grab certain forces, take, you know what I'm saying, destroy them. Even with the case of Larry Hoover, you look at the night that Larry Hoover, when they came through, it was references Operation Headache. When they said the former Attorney General for Northern District said on TV, I was in Centralia, excuse my English, I was in Clantrea Penitentiary, And he said, Attorney Jim Burns, he said, prepare yourselves for nationwide violence. This is like literally, he said that. You can see the trickle down impact throughout the prisons that day. I'm talking about literally. We was on the phone, we hearing stuff that's going down in the community. You know what I'm saying? Just the same night. Chicago was one of the last major cities that crack cocaine was introduced to. You know what I'm saying? And you look at the time, they had to kill Fluky Stokes and lock up Jeff Ford, a.k.a. Imam Maliki. So when we talk about these different forces, different people in the community, how it impacts, you know what I'm saying, the community. So I just want to give you an objective analysis on that. Now, fast forward, case in hand. What's the status now, Takia? Lawyer, as a potential lawyer, where we at with this here? I know there's a hard hit about that clemency being denied. So what's the status now of Tyrone Pettis? I need this ID number. We do that last, but give me right now, what's the status and what can happen? What needs to happen?
Okay, so the ID number is N5785. Hello?
Type that in on your page. Type that in for some listeners. Oh, no audio? Oh, man. Shit. Hold on. No audio on, no sound? Damn. On Instagram. I don't have that happen. Somebody must have called. Shit. Okay, 1 second.
N52785.
Okay.
How about we repeat it again?
Please, and type it on your page.
5
And type it on your page also, please.
85. Okay.
Type it on your page also. Now, what needs to happen? Where we at?
Okay, so we got a lawyer now. The lawyer said it's a definite chance that he can help herself. So he needs 15 for the whole case and 5 to start right now.
The lawyer's position, okay, even after the clemency was denied, the lawyer says it's a chance. Okay, what is the lawyer saying?
After the clemency, the lawyer, we just talked to the lawyer this morning and asked him was it a definite chance for him to help us. He said it is. But he needs 15 to start. He needs 15 for the whole case. 5 to start.
Now what is he fighting for now? Is he fighting for immediate release, clemency? Do you know in particular what he's fighting for? What we fighting for now? Do you know? I know your thing. The definite thing to get him back home. But what in particular is he saying in particular how you want to go with this now? Or I don't know if you were ready to disclose that yet, or what's the case. But he say he can help. Can we get we want to make sure we get a concrete commitment on what he in regards what can he do with the case? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's been discussed with. You may want to make sure we follow up with that also. Get a concrete. Of course we're not gonna hold him to the wall and say, this, saying do or die. But we want we get some particulars. What we talking about with that, and some sort of time window. I know that's up in the air too. That it'd be real crazy with that. But so we get a time window. What are you talking about? And if what are we fighting for? Clemency, pardon based on innocence, whatever the case may be, so we can put out there to the people in particular. And there's 1,500 for the entire case, and he's saying 500 to start off with.
No, 15,000 for the entire case.
Forgive me.
5,000 to start.
Forgive me. I'm talking too. I'm moving too fast. You said lawyer. I should know that through the door. A lawyer, my fault. I don't know. I'm moving too fast. Okay, I supposed to do that through the door. Lord, y'all know what I was. Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah. So I supposed to do that automatically. My fault. Okay, 15,000 for the entire case. 5,000 to start the case. Now, is it okay? Is it a site or a social media contact the people can get in contact with Truth or whoever? Again, give his contact also. What prison he's in, or who's over the, who's the point person for the case. We need that also.
Okay, yeah. So I can type. I'm going to type in all the information. We accepting any donation as possible. Anything to help us is greatly appreciated. I'm going to send in all the information you guys need. I can give you the lawyer information. Right now, me and my sister is dealing with the case, and my uncle too. My uncle Alfred, my uncle Dog. So I mean, you can send it to either one of us, and we can give it to the lawyer, or you guys are more than welcome to send it to the lawyer, straight direct.
Where will that information be posted at? Retrieval at? How can we find that?
I'm gonna type it in now. I'm typing it in now.
You typing it on Facebook, and then
Everything in now. The number.
and okay, and say it one more time for those who not on Facebook, those who listening. Say it one more time. His ID number and where people can, a page they can find all this information at. Say it one more time for us slowly.
Okay, so his name is Tyrone Pettis. His ID number is N52785. He's in Dansville Correctional Facility. Hello.
Yeah, you're right on. We hear you loud and clear. Yep. So post it up, and then retype all the information. How they can contact you. Is ways that people can support, GoFundMe, whatever the case may be. That's on your page, or your sister's page, or something.
No, it's on my sister's page. I shared it. I actually shared it, and try to tag you into it. I don't know if the GoFundMe is still up now because they were giving her some problems saying this is not a good source for GoFundMe.
Okay.
Like the case that we're pleading is good for GoFundMe page.
Well, this venue is always open. Keep us posted. So regardless of, we talk. Tag. Again, I just talked to him the other day. I know that was a hit. Regards to that clemency, I talked to him before the clemency was denied. I know that was a hit, but I talked to it was man. And I hear a soldier. He gonna go back in the corner, get a shot of water, come back out swinging. Again, Tyrone Pettis, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So to keep us posted. And again, call us with updates. And, any upcoming court dates or how the fundraiser for the attorney is coming, so we get the word out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I got you.
Right on, these free Tyrone Pettis, free them all. I need you to make sure you put all the information up there and correspond with him also directly. Type that in. On those on my Facebook, y'all hear it. Type it on Instagram for us also, y'all, and the StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? Put the word out. We live and direct on Free MR Radio, making history, taking history, taping history, live and direct. 929-477-3785 and press 1 to get in. All right, these keep us posted. The line's open. Any closing remarks?
Chairman.
Yeah, Fremont, yes.
Fremont, we have a couple more callers in queue.
Bring the callers in queue. Yo, come on, callers. I forgot about you, my brother. Hello, welcome to Fremont Radio.
Chairman.
Yes, welcome to Fremont Radio.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
You hear me, Chairman?
Yes. Hello?
I hear you. Can you hear me, Hey, Chairman, this is Squeaky. How you doing, man?
I'm well. Who is this again?
Chairman.
Yes.
It's Squeaky.
Forgive me, remind me. Okay, Squeaky, talk to me.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you, Chairman. Raymond, he's running for trustee in the village of Maywood, and we need your support. You're an activist out here, and we support the museum and everything, and it's Squeaky. And I wanted to know if I could put a couple of his posters in your yard, man.
Okay, hold on. Give us the background. Who you speaking? Give us the background on that. Go ahead, Squeaky. First of all, welcome to Fremont Radio. Tell the people, as a servant of the people, I owe the people to give them the background. You know what I'm saying? Who they're talking about, what's going on. So let the people know who you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm a servant, not a dictator. You know what I'm saying? So I had a conversation with a brother 2 days ago.
I know what you. I work with you. I work with you personally.
Right on. So we want to give it to let the people be able to make. See, I want to lay out the information so the people can make an informed decision. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what I had a conversation with the brother the other day. He said, "Man, Chairman, who you at?" Matter of fact, we want to discuss about electoral politics in general. And he said, Chairman, where you at this? I say, listen, I got such a respect, and I don't take it for granted with the people. If I just say, man, let's go with this and this and road, we want to heighten the contradictions. We in the people to heighten it so the people themselves can make the choice. So I need you to lay out the case. Why would you know what I'm saying to the people? You know what I'm saying? That's on them. We want you follow me, sister. You follow me? You follow me? Hello?
I follow you. I got the information.
No. I'm telling you for the people. No, lay it out to the people right now. See, a lot of communities.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Stand up for the people.
Go ahead, sister.
Okay. This is for the Maywood Forward Party 2023. We're supporting Raymond Ray Williams. He's an ordained minister. He's the director of the CEIU Union, Local 73. He went to Proviso East. He's the SD 89 Proviso East Alma alumni, and he works for Ray Mills Enterprise. He's the CEO. He's an activist. He's a coach, and he mentored the youth out here in Maywood. Then we have Tori Guerin. She's a youth program coordinator. She just opened that game room up there on 11th, where Tina Hart used to be, to get the kids off the streets so we can stop the killing and stop the gang banging. She's the owner of DNA Snacks Corner. She owns that corner store, and she has a youth group called Yours, and she has a nonprofit. She's a nonprofit founder, and she's a foster parent. And we have another young lady. Her name is Shaban Reyes Palmer. She's currently a village trustee. She's into equities, into the arts. She's the equities into the arts advocate. She's a Spartan Booster Club vice president. She's an ALP manager. She has an ALP managing partner, and she teaches ESL classes.
Are there any are there any events or panel discussions that are going on where the people can come and ask, or there's a office of people any inquiries the people may have, they can come talk to these individuals directly?
Yes, I'm gonna let the trustee, the current trustee of the library board, his wife, she can give you insight on that. Can you let them know when the next debate is? When is the next debate?
The Proviso Township will have a debate this Saturday, and they will all be speaking then, the Proviso Township.
You know time?
Give me a second. We looking for the forum. They having a forum in the Proviso Township
This Saturday.
Address, please, if you can. Address, please.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. Give me a sec. Give me a second.
No problem. While you pull it up, let me say this to our listeners. This is the type of discussions we have to up the ante. I don't know if people were tuning in last week. We had a special edition last Monday in regards to Chicago election, and we had people call in with some actual positions about what they saying what's the in regards to how the we didn't go into all detail about the tip, but particularly like crime, so on and so forth, tangible dynamics. 'Cause a lot of times, the black community has been devalued to the point where Hillary Clinton, I don't get to no personality, but personal political also, when she pulled a bottle of hot sauce out on her purse and people throw a gospel song or rap song, we have to up the ante. Where people saying, and informed people, is Black Panther Party said information is raw material for new ideas. And these are different, like we distinguish politics from electoral politics. But a lot of communities, you see they come to, like, they say, okay, this is my position about this, the TIFs, the tax increment funds, so on and so forth. Like sometimes in our community, politicians would come in through the Bud Billiken Parade, throw a T-shirt out, oh, yeah. No, up the ante to guys. This is not just electoral politics, but even entertainers. Up the ante on what the type of dynamic in regards to the community. And the deal is, someone said something, Carlos said something? You got the address?
That's what I'm saying. He fought for the...
You got the address?
We fought for the... Yeah, we got the address.
Okay, get the community address.
It's Saturday, March 11th, 2023.
It's in Bell. Okay, hold on.
Check it at 7.
That's in Bellwood.
Yeah, it's in Bellwood. That's where the forum is going to be held.
So those who listen, international listener audience, Bellwood is a surrounding suburb. Is right next door to Maywood. Technically, right next to Maywood. Get the address again, if you one more time, please. One more time, and that time again.
Okay, it's on March the 11th at noon. The address is 739 South 25th Avenue in Bellwood, Illinois, 60104. And our website is info@provisodim.org.
Right on. We live and direct on Freedom R Radio. Okay, so okay, we got the other light. If you viewing us, you can also type. Okay, we got 2 more calls in the hall. Oh, okay, right on. You can type if you viewing, you can also post it up on one of the Instagram or Facebook, one of the other social. We being heard and viewed, audio and visual. So I don't know if you just can hear. Are you on? I don't know if you on social media with us also, but you can retype it up on whatever social media website you on also. You know, you repost it, type it up.
Okay.
Okay, and put the word up. We here every Wednesday, Freedom R Radio. We said it, yeah, go ahead. So we have 2 more calls in queue. Yeah, go ahead. Ready? Yep.
Okay. He wants to enhance safety and health. He's developing economic opportunity. He's addressing all commercial corridors. He's pushing for infrastructure investments, and he's building on community engagement. And he fought for the minimum wage. We got that minimum wage, that livable wage passed for $15 an hour with his efforts. Again, he's the director of the union, SEIU, and we look for the support. And we thank for all of your help, Chairman. So I want to talk to you about putting this poster too in your yard.
Okay, so I might not be in town next because there was someone at the Hampton House all the time to follow up with. Yep. I think I'll be back. Am I there? I'm there today and tomorrow. Peace and love, Cortez Rice. Shout out. Okay, Mustard's right on. Put the word out. Tell everybody tune in every Wednesday here, Freedom R Radio.
Okay, thank you, Chairman.
Anytime says Cortez Rice, Bianca Austin. We on this call in. Real shout out, y'all. Bianca Austin, family member cousin of Breonna Taylor. I know y'all got to know who that is. We had a phenomenal panel last week, y'all. The family of Emmett Till, George Floyd's family, you know what I'm saying? My man, Cortez Rice and Bianca Austin, they pulled in. Jacob Blake, someone shot 7 times, Wisconsin police pulled in. If y'all can, they ain't gonna say it themselves. I need somebody to post up their respective foundations that they work with. Type that in. I'm personally putting out a call to support these different. They pulled up last minute to a phenomenal event. It was a stage for. Forgive me, the widow of Chairman Fred Hampton, Cool and Jerry was on the panel. I had to leave out to Detroit, and it was good hands. Comrade Cool narrated, convened, emceed it. Put them different sites up for me. SatanHamptonHouse.org. I need them. Families United. Go to Bianca Austin page. We need to support the. Man, this is a stage full of pain and power. I hope y'all heard the families. The families that was there represented. We're gonna have that video posted up for y'all to get ASAP. I think it's a Nate. There's a Nate. Someone Nate. Call in Q. Give me the first 3 digits. Nate Sanders. Okay. Give me the first 3 digits, y'all. Call in Q.
Fremont, Chairman, we have several callers in queue. Caller in queue 5.
Give me his first 3 digits.
513.
513. Is that it?
Yeah, that's right here.
513.
You hear me?
Yes, sir. 513.
Right here.
Okay, who's this again? Who's this? Is Nate Sanders?
Myron, this is Ty brother.
Oh, okay. What's going on, bro? Hold on. Oh, he called. Hold on, nigga. Hold on. Okay, 1 second. Hold on. Fremont, I'm on the radio right now. I'm on broadcast right now, brother. Call in the radio right now. I'm on live right now.
Call you on the radio.
Yep, Fremont. Okay, talk to the brother. Okay, I'm looking for Nate Sanders too. Okay, welcome to Fremont Radio. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Yep. Hear you loud and clear.
Yep, all right, beloved. Again, this is Myron Pettis. This Tyrone Pettis, little brother.
Okay, right on.
You hear my niece expressing that love and that extending her that need that we're looking for as a family for my brother's redemption
Right on.
situation is concerned. So as his little brother, I just want to do a couple of things. The first, I want to extend the gratitude from the family to you for everything you've done as far as with my brother as well as with my niece Devonna. You know, obviously you extend your love in every way, and especially in your physical presence. And so again, I want to make
My honor.
express that gratitude from the family to yourself, beloved. You've always been one who stepped up in the signs of love. So I want to make sure I express that gratitude. But above all that, I want to extend that reach that my niece is trying to extend to your listeners, and let them know that my brother is a man of learned lessons in his travel and his journey in life. And right now, any means that we can gather up from your listeners, if they can get extend from their heart to try to help us in that search for his redemption or his freedom, is what we're reaching out to the community for. So again, anything that y'all can do, any type of contribution that you can extend to my niece Takia Pettis, if y'all can go through her means as well as through my brother himself directly, it'll be greatly appreciated. So I want to make sure that I express that from the family to your listeners.
Well, hey, brother. First and foremost, I'm honored and I'm humbled to serve. Get a family. Definitely extend our love and greetings and respect. You know, so we go way back. We like family, man. So again, love and respect, and I'm honored and humble to serve. It can't be said enough. You can't give his ID number, contact number, or not his number. Well, his number. If you how to contact him directly also. And let me just reiterate again to you and everyone, we are here every Wednesday. Feel free to feel free to call in, as we say, Cub in with us. So get in contact with us again, and love, respect to you and the family in general.
You already know, beloved. Again, thank you for being a great big brother to me, and also thank you for the love. So we appreciate you, beloved.
Anytime, anywhere.
Yes, sir. In that order. No other way, but in that order.
Yes, indeed. Free Tyrone Pettis, free them all, y'all. As a matter of fact, if you on social media, type his ID number in there again for us. If you on social media, or have somebody type his ID number in there again, you'll say re-hit it again for us and where he's at. All right.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, beloved. We'll type that right in.
Right on. Love and respect, my brother. Free them all. Free Tyrone Pettis, free them all. We live in the race, making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. In that order. Free them all. Give me a 773-554.
Free them all, too.
Free them all.
Yes, hello. Yes. This
Yep.
is Nick Sanders.
Okay, they say you how they say on the baseball diamond, who on deck, who next? Okay, we coming in. Okay, talk to us. Welcome to Free Them All Radio. Who are you? And give us a little background. What's on your mind?
All right, yep. Nate Sanders. I'm with the organization called Soul in Action. And we're out here trying to encourage people to vote this time. So April 4th is the next opportunity to get out and vote. And what we want to just make people aware of, 1983 was when Harold Washington won his first time. 1.2 million people in the city of Chicago went out and voted. Nearly 90% of the voting registered voters came out and voted. Between that time and now, less than 35% came out this past election. Something has changed over 40 years. We believe that now is the opportunity for black folks to be able to get back outside and vote the way that we used to, and understand what this voting and how important this vote is for us, especially with these two candidates that we have coming up. So we have one that's promising to send police into the neighborhoods and another that's promising to send money and resources into the neighborhoods. So we're calling in. I wanted to call in to just encourage people, like, now is the time to get as many people as we know to come out and vote and be a part of this opportunity to make a real serious change in the city of Chicago. And one more thing, and I'll let you know, ask any question that you would like. You know, but a lot of times people say, well, politicians make these promises all the time. No one has ever promised a resource and immediately upgrade Black Chicago or any Black neighborhood. Yet in this, since Harold Washington, and in this opportunity, we have someone that is looking to change the power dynamic, send money to the South Side for the abandoned homes that are in our neighborhood, the abandoned buildings, the vacant lots, mental health opportunities, to really fund and make sure we have what we deserve and the rights that we deserve. So that's what we're on, and really wanted to come and talk to your listeners, you, the audience, you know, about this important vote that we have coming up here in April 4th, what it could really mean for us as a population, as a city. Yeah, so that's what it was about, just to really call in and be able to talk to people about that.
Yes, indeed. Right. Well, first and foremost, thank you for your call. Question: You had mentioned you had put in contrast the timing now in regards. What did you say? Was it 1983? Was it 83? With Harold Washington?
1983.
Okay. What was okay? You mentioned a few stats and facts. What was unique? I mean, what I know you just can't limit to the one dynamic, but what was some of the unique characteristics of the time period that particularly with people in general, but in Chicago, with the Black populace, you know what I'm saying, which is led to a the machine politics that really throughout the years, many people have been disengaged, and as you mentioned, that was one of the high points in the period where people came out and engaged in electoral politics. For example, I know I can point out, like, even in 1969, the time when people came out and voted against Edward V. Hanyahan, and the former state's attorney when Kearney was brought in. A major, I know for and I'm saying this objectively, the major dynamic was that the role of Hanyahan, who was actually said to be the next mayor of Chicago, who was Mayor Daley's political water boy. The role he played, you know, with the assassination of Chairman Fred Defense Gunner Lamar Clark, that really, you know, that motivated people. What are some of the dynamics that stuck out, if you can, in regards to the 1983 election?
Yep, that 1983, people believed Harold Washington. They believed that if he got in office, and he was taking the seat from, I think, James Byrne at the time.
Ironically,
that office, that he was going to do what he said he was going to do.
And James Byrne, actually, ironically, that was the last time an incumbent that only served one term, correct? Up until this recent election, if I'm correct. Jane Burns, she only has served one term, right? I'm asking, just trying to get a viewpoint of that climate. Second question: what do you like? What is like for those who make this may be a new phenomenon they engage in? What is like even the process? The day of voting, do they go register, or do they mail in? What is it? You know what I'm saying? Because many people, myself included, you know, so that we hear election time, we know that means that the police get extra hot, they come through, people don't supposed to come outside, so on and so forth. What is in layman's terms, what is the process in regards to, you know what I'm saying, just even if people to engage in this process?
Yeah, so Chicago is one of the beautiful places that have day of voter registration.
Say it again, you broke up. They have what? What is it called? Day of. Okay.
Correct. Voter registration. So on the day of the election, you can go in, you can put your information down, you can register, and you can vote.
Right there on the spot.
If you are all, yes.
Okay.
If you're already registered, you can figure out where. Now you have to figure out where your voting precinct is. You can put your address into the Chicago Board of Elections, but they have ways to figure out exactly where your voting precinct is. So on that day, you do have to do some research. I'm even suggesting, I think people should take the day off, and you should come up with a day of action plan where you can figure out where you need to go. You can figure out where your aunties and uncles need to go, make sure that they've got a ride to the polls. Like, I think this is that serious that we organize to make sure everyone that can vote, that is registered, has a way to get to the polls, and those that are not registered, knowing that on that day you could go in, you could register, you could get things taken care of. But I suggest people research now, figure out what your precinct is, figure out where you need to vote. It is that important. And if you're not registered, know exactly where you need to go. That Chicago Board of Elections.gov really does help in explaining exactly what the procedures are for it. But yeah, they do lie often about who can vote, where you can vote, and they try and intimidate people from voting. Another big difference between 1983 and now is that Harry Washington did win. And when he got in office, he did start to do what he said he was going to do. I believe there was an intentional attack. Something intentionally occurred that changed the voting habits from 1983 till 2023 today. I believe that they're not telling people as often. The Arabs have been bought out. The get out the vote campaigns that the normal Democratic Party or the bigwigs, the celebrities that they do, they're not doing as they would. You know, they're not engaging and doing what they would normally do as gatekeepers. So in this instance, I do believe it's going to be up to the people to tell the people. Nobody is going to share this level of information, especially about the fact that Brandon is saying he wants to change the power dynamics of the city of Chicago. He wants to put the money that normally goes north, he wants to send it south. That, you think, would be ringing from the rooftops of all radio stations. The people either they're not informed, don't feel that it's that important, or maybe they don't believe, and that could be it. You know, another big difference between 83 and today is that we've had so many liars. I talked to a brother today about this, and he specifically mentioned it was Barack Obama. The voting for Barack and nothing changing, voting for Barack and more bombs on the continent than any other president, that makes you feel as though it don't matter, as though if you do vote, you're a sucker. And I understand that feeling, and that is a very tough place for all of us to have to deal with. But that's just a black man being in America, a black person living in America. Now this time, and normally I don't engage in helping people choose a candidate. But in this case with Brandon Johnson, because of what's being said and what's being, and I am going to say promise, because you do have to make a promise as a person running for an elected position. You know, these are not politicians. These are human beings. Politicians, that's a way of utilizing resources. The other way we can utilize resources is through community organizing. And that's what Brandon Johnson does. That's what y'all do. Community organizing, where you listen to people, you figure out what's going on, you figure out what are the issues, what are the solutions that get done, and you go get what's needed to answer the issue. So in this case, and the reason why we're so geeked and really trying to get as many people out here to vote is because we have a person standing as a candidate that is saying, I'm going to fight for you. and promising. So, yeah, that's what it is. I know
Let me combine these.
I pick up more than the other people that's been calling in.
Let me combine these last two questions into one question, which real quick. You said something about your voting polling place. So I know in some states people can actually vote wherever they at. So there's a certain area. So just say you're listed somewhere, you move, you stay somewhere else. You have to vote in that particular location, correct? A certain precinct, correct?
When you move.
Oh, when you move,
Wherever you're last registered to vote at.
Okay, Cassandra Greer just said, okay, so contact her, finding help for finding your polling place. Okay, so some people don't even know where their polling place is at.
Yep.
So define that. Say someone, okay, now another major concern of a lot of people in the community. Say someone is incarcerated or in jail fighting a case. What's the status with that? Because there's a lot of misinformation continuously about that. Like say if you're convicted or you're fighting a case, what's the status of that in Illinois?
Mm-hmm. In Illinois, if you've been, when your case is over, you're allowed to vote. If it's still in process, I think you still have to figure that out. But if your case is over, you're allowed to vote. And if you're in jail, so if your case hasn't even come up yet, you're allowed to vote.
That's
the easiest way to put it. I do think like there's.
That's something that I want to make that plain because there's there was some recent contradictions in regards to the infamous Cook County Jail in particular. With people being pressed. So people should be heads up in the county jail, like for being locked up on certain days, so on and so forth. And ironically, it's April 4th. April 4th is which should be a national holiday. Also, that's the day of assassination for Dr. King, 1968, April 4th, 1968. One more thing on that. Oh, what did I just see? Oh, okay. So it's okay. So people as a felon. Okay, you can vote. So make sure catch clear on that. You can vote as a felon, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Second, mail-in voting for those who elderly in particular, those say people might not come out say the weather, whatever the case may be. Mail-in voting. What's the saying? And there are certain things that people should take into account with the history of the poll. The postal service, so should they mail in earlier, or what heads up should people be, because I don't get the impression like everything is on the wood across the table that people should be trying to avoid certain mail mishaps, so on and so forth. So what should be like? What time frame should people look at? And how do they get a mail? Do they mail? You ask for a mail? You say send me a mail-in voting paper. How do people get that?
Yeah, so all of that does come through that Chicago Board of Elections.gov. You have to sign up to be a part of the mail-in vote. But I would like to ask, Brother Chairman, if I can call back in next week, because I enjoy this stream on radio. I'm glad. I know Sister Cassandra is the one who put me on to it. So, but yes, I would like to come back next Wednesday, call back in, and have these logistical questions to be able to answer.
No problem, because you get that's March what? You got some, yeah, no doubt. Well, under the condition that if you call in next week, you gotta make a commitment to tell other people to listen in every Wednesday, 6:30, 8:30, Freedom on Radio, live and direct. So that, under that condition, put it right on. Okay, so no doubt about it. We look forward to you calling back in with us next week, next Wednesday also. No doubt about it.
Yes, sir.
Right on.
Sir, I'll call you back. I'm going to answer those questions about all the logistics, because I do want people to be able to set up their election day plan.
Yeah.
And I think that we got to make sure our aunties can go, our grandparents, everyone, people that normally don't get a ride, and even the young people.
Mm.
So 18, if you're new and registered and you didn't vote this last time, we want to encourage just everyone we can to vote. So I want to call back next week. I'll have more logistics so we can help people get that election day plan together.
Right on. And that commitment after the election, continue to call it, because again, this is a continuous program. So again, Freedom All Radio every Wednesday. One of our old mottos used to be, tune in to Freedom All Radio, the show that you cancel watching Empire, folks. So Empire TV show is a big thing years ago. You know what I'm saying? We held the line in, so we're gonna hold the line even before this election and after the election. So every Wednesday, put the word out, we live and direct. Any contact information you want to give, so people just in case people have any questions before, you know what I'm saying, before you get back, if you come back in next Wednesday.
I'll get that to you next Wednesday.
No problem.
See exactly how.
Right on.
But yeah, right now we just want to make just that straight up get out the vote, want to vote. So having conversation with neighbors. We've been having some really good conversations with the simple question of, did you vote? Why not? What do you think about voting? We deserve to start to one another about this very important action of voting. And then, like you said, even after voting, the actions that occur. But please start having this conversation with people, to all the listeners out there.
Sure, you're right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man,
Okay.
brother, thank you. God bless.
You as well. Thank you.
And
Right on.
actually, I want the people I'm here with, we're in the 8th ward. They all want to say hello. Just say what's up.
Oh, y'all, hey,
Mr. Chairman,
respect right back to y'all. Good to hear y'all voices. I need y'all to make sure y'all tune in with us every Wednesday, Freedom All Radio, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tune, and come on out to the Hampton House and check us out sometime. Yes, indeed. Right on. Good to hear y'all. Y'all sound strong out there. Right on.
all right, blessings, brother.
Right on.
Brother Chairman.
Thank you. Right on. Blessings right back at you. We live in the record, Freedom All Radio, on the spirit of making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. Give me get a call. I got this young brother here, man. I gotta get him in, get what he doing. How you know what I'm saying? This ain't something they gonna, you know what I'm saying, they talking about on the mainstream news. And again, from the west side of Chicago, I was impressed with this young brother. I'm gonna get a little background on him. So Conrad, we got any callers in queue? I gotta get some time with this brother here.
Yeah, we got 2 more callers in queue.
Call in queue, tap in with us real. Come on with it. As we say, cub on with it.
3 more callers.
I gotta get this brother here. Call in queue.
3 more.
Freedom All, welcome to Freedom All Radio.
With the brother like that, the work I heard a little bit what he's doing with the youth and all that. Free Tyrone, free them all. And also, Mania said, yeah, we're going to help me this in the work with the Black Panther Party in general.
Yes.
The politics that they're laying down with us, and
Yes.
everything. The Conrad Court Day of Chewy's birthday.
Yes.
Hey, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
One thing I want to say, I was just interested, I got to take one second, I know we got to get the plug on now. But I had a question, I guess, the next, whatever. What they always say is so important to vote, and how powerful this vote is. I'm curious, what about now? What if we show that none of these people like really for our interest as the people and none of that? And what if we encourage men not to vote at all? They say that ain't a time when not vote to us showing like this system ain't working for us. And none of that, man. None of them speaking on the African anti-terrorist bill. None of them reaching out really in nowhere. They talk everything like Kenneth Fury said, it's the 1,000 words, the activist for party. And I don't see no action really. So there's a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna be arrogant and say they ain't doing that because I don't see it. So I know in the community of Maywood, you know, like the sister they called them. I don't see none of these people at the Hampton House helping in the community. Not that it's you, but the ones that's running and stuff like that. Like I don't think they're gonna effort with these children out
You breaking up? Let me touch on one thing. Let me touch on a few things. Right on for the call. You said a few things. First of all, let me reiterate. The campaign for Mumia, long-held political prisoner Mumia Abu Jamal. Be careful, they film right there. So you look for outlet. Okay, yeah. Mumia Abu Jamal, long-held political prisoner Mumia Abu Jamal. You mentioned I just talked to his grandson earlier. Also, let's reiterate. I think there's a pressing court date coming up. There's a campaign going on, and people need to send this drop to Love Not Fear. That's PH. I think it's PHEA. They spell it PHEAR. I think. I could switch seats with you. Let you sit right here. Huh? Okay. I'm moving. Let me see. Let me get this thought off. Then you will say you can sit right here, charging right there. This is the best move, I think. Oh, you went over there? So look, Mumia Abu Jamal, long-held political prisoner. Be careful to drop. Mumia Abu Jamal. So who is a pressing court date coming up? So definitely reiterate that, y'all. Get that drop. It's a sound bite, 30 seconds to a minute. What is Mumia Abu Jamal? You know what I'm saying? If you don't know who it is, check out who it is. Tyrone Pettis, you right on. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you prefaced your question with all these, you know what I'm saying, these present-day cases we're working on. Comrade Chewy Clark, 70 years old, leads the work for the Black Panther Party Cubs in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? The Flyers, you know what I'm saying? Those who can be there. It's going to be a political party, y'all. Real talk. That's in New Orleans, March 12th. A concern that a lot of people in the community have, and you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, like the black community in particular, you know what I'm saying? Where people say, when the politicians pop up, like I said, they'll pop up, you never see them, so on and so forth. What a position that the Black Panther Party Cubs had, I remember it was a big thing when they had a vote or die campaign. And people said, well, what's your position? What's about the different politicians, you know, they're running? And we said, no, turn the tables around. What's their position about the African anti-terrorism bill? That's a piece of legislation that we authored for a while. What's their position on political prisoners? What's their position on reparations? So we should really make sure that people are armed and informed with information, or they are basic, you know what I'm saying, it needs concrete, and don't feel, the people should not feel embarrassed or not confident to ask certain questions because they don't speak the Queen's English. In other words, we'll say, well, I don't know how to say it correctly, so on and so forth. You don't have to have a degree to say, what's your position about the police shooting this Laquan McDonald 16 times? You follow what I'm saying? And we got to heighten these contradictions. We have to tighten our political muscle. You know what I'm saying? And that people, they have to, to respond, because sometimes people they feel, like I said earlier, sometimes politicians feel like they just come through, pull a bottle of hot sauce out their purse like Hillary Clinton, or sing a gospel or a rap song. So I'm talking about the common layperson in the community, we should, you know what I'm saying, to feel that's in any entity, that's in a relationship. I'm talking that's basic stuff. Like, okay, one thing about us, one of the party line is no respect, no rap. Something, you know, a lot of times, whether it be the movie industry, the music industry, this should be something that we should hold consistent to any entertainer, any artist, any athlete. What's your position in regards to our people? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people say, well, you can't say black, you know, whatever. Former U.S. President John F. Kennedy, he made no bones about it, about the Irish community, the Irish connection. You know what I'm saying? There's like this coded word. The deal that we have to up the ante. It should be armed with a confidence, a political muscle. You know what I'm saying? To ask certain, to call certain questions. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people want to beat around or don't say nothing. We look at the Obama administration. People saying, well, wait till the next term, or he's speaking in cold words to us. You couldn't pull that on. You couldn't pull them type of attacks on the drug strip. You couldn't go through somebody's community and say, listen, man, I'm going to go and get down on y'all block right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to reach out for these other cats from the other community, and I got you on the next go round. You know what I'm saying? He said, hold on, man. You talk. You just coming here, and I'm supposed to be satisfied with your look. So we definitely. We should I wish it could be a unified call, but I would even settle for even if it's just the individual saying, wait a minute, what's our position? You know what I'm saying, on this here? And now people say, well, I don't know, we don't know what's the issues. You ain't gotta be you don't have to have no PhD. You don't have to have no degree to say, wait a minute. You mean last week 2 people that died up in the county jail? Feel what I'm saying? See, if this was going on in the Humane Society with dogs get down there, which is right down the street from Cook County Jail, the dogs would say, hey, hold on, Jack. Hold on, man. Now I know some differences amongst us between the poodles and the pit bulls, but we got something in common. It's too many of us down up in this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? It got to be so. You can't tell me if it was poodles in Chicago, the rampant murders consistently. If they told you 38 white poodles died last week, there'd be a world uproar. So these are basic positions that you know what I'm saying, and you ain't got to give me no. And these people ain't no big. You seen a lot of administrations and it don't even exist. You know, like Ralph Ellison talked about the invisible men. It's not we're not even acknowledged. Only time we acknowledge is to be blank and won't say crime happened. Hit us with it. There's no mention about the cartel's presence in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? There's certain that we have to say, well, okay, let's up the ante, man. You know what I'm saying? Because in some cases, really, some people say the trainers left the building. You know what I'm saying? The property taxes. Man, I'm in California somewhere. I'm buying a sandwich, a Subway sandwich. It shocked me. They said $5. I say, oh, it really costs $5. The taxes, basic stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that we have, and again, we have to instill this in our common day conversations. People say, well, I'm not political, so and so. I'm talking in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You say, man, hold on, who is you with? People say, well, I like this person. No, respect. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes motherfuckers don't have such a lack of respect for us, they don't even feel like they even got a lie to us. They don't even feel like they even got a lie to us. It's a given that we gonna roll. So again, it should be a common. We go to the poor. We want to up the ante. The poetry sets, the barber shops, the pool halls. You know what I'm saying? The common conversation. Say, man, you're in the county. That's how these conversations. The county jail's on 26 in California. Yeah. This not in Afghanistan. This is in Venezuela. In Venezuela, under Hugo Chavez's administration, it was common conversation to walk around talk about the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? They would talk about that. It was a climate in the 60s, the Black Power movement in the 60s, where Annie was up, entertain athletes. Muhammad Ali said, "No, I am not going to Vietnam and fight no yellow man who ain't never called me no nigga." He had to connect to the people. It wasn't the tables were not turned. It wasn't no how can we get this dude, this football player who said football NFL is slavery, but how can we get him back on as a quarterback? No. The entertainment. Ain't nobody just keep coming on here, these different rappers on here calling us niggas and bitches all day. We talking about nod our head to this. No, hold on, man. The stakes are too high. Too high. And you know what I'm saying? And so recognize in this stage in the game, whether it be electoral politics, entertainment, sports, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's cold red. So you know what I'm saying? So again, let's intertwine, let's call in on tomorrow, radio stations, y'all. Call in, make this easy in, use the terms. Man, police terrorism. What's their thoughts about this here? You know what I'm saying? The healthcare, you know what I'm saying? Programs in our community. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anything, how's it? I mean, go year after year, say, man, ain't no black business in our community. You know what I'm saying? You say, well, maybe, okay, maybe we don't know how to do black business, or maybe we, you know what I'm saying, we get it. You start seeing, you going into, you say, how are these fucking merchants, you know what I'm saying, running the muck over us, you know what I'm saying? Let's up the ante. And again, not just with electoral politics, intertwined with everyday discussion. You'll be surprised, it becomes contagious. And once you, like we just had a forum for Minister U.E.P. Newton's birthday, and we was there in Oakland, California. Myself, Mother Conrad, who were the cultural experts on a movie set, Judas and the Black Messiah. When we was Ryan Coogler, when we there, before this, a lot of people said they had no frame of reference. It wasn't even a thought that people would have any say so over their respective family members, or people. They say we do a movie on you. You don't have no say so. We have heightened the contradictions. Well, you know what I'm saying? When you seen Frederica, the widow of Minister U.E.P. Newton, Frederica Newton said, you know, it's a movie they're talking about doing. The Big Cigar, they have not contacted the family, so on and so forth. So now the discussion is happening. And we say heighten the contradictions, not to be right in our faces. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, we started to take it as a norm. Assata Shakur say, we're being oppressed. We have to continue to be able to distinguish what's normal and what's abnormal. No other, you know what I'm saying? So in no other community. You know what I'm saying? People can feel arrogant and say, okay, I'm running, I'm gonna pull a bottle of hot sauce in my pocket or sing a rap song and you good to go. No, let's up the ante. You know what I'm saying? We'd be surprised. I tell people, man, states, what people we say with concessions, and we have to be able, as Frantz Fanon said, to be able to accept the concessions without compromising our principles. Of course, this is the electoral politics. We recognize limitations with all of this. Again, we talking about any entity, whether it be the music industry, the sports industry, the sports game, led to a politics. You know what I'm saying? These are different dynamics. There's limited. So do not look at this as some sort of end-all panacea for our people, a cure-all. But let's up the ante. That our children, don't give me this stuff about people say, well, I'm not a registered voter, I'm too young to vote. It should be a climate. A climate. Again, a climate. That, you know what I'm saying? Where people say, man, man, you heard the word. They study us. What's the word? What they talking about? Man, they talking about, I don't know, but they tripping out them motherfuckers down up in the county jail like it ain't shit. They having an issue with this shit. They having an issue, you know what I'm saying, with motherfucking lead water. Motherfuckers having an issue. What you mean lead in the water? It's becoming a common conversation. The education in the schools, you know what I'm saying, the red line, how the trains and the transportation, the buses and trains are going in one direction. You go to, wait a minute, why is theirs going on time, but you know what I'm saying, in the hood, it's fucked up. Why I can't find no fresh vegetables in my community? People will be surprised, but once we trigger it, we got, you know what I'm saying, we say, damn, you know, I never thought about it. Like the movie Billie Holiday. They weren't talking about making no mention of the FBI in that movie. You know what I'm saying? We up the ante with Judas and the Black Messiah. Because I tell they give us these Tyler Perry sort of movies. It's in a bubble. You know what I'm saying? And then when they make a movie about the mafioso, and they're talking about the FBI. No, they got we're not worthy. Not only we were, J. Edgar Hoover was a fucking district attorney. His career was based on attack on Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Even if we're not the majority of the population no more in Chicago, we are influential in music, electoral politics. I mean, the way we move, the way we stand, fashion, everything. So even in the case of defeat, let the record reflect that we, you know what I'm saying, that we have something to say, basic shit. You know, I'm gonna say this in closing. Stephen Biko of the Black Conscience Movement said, black people in particular must grasp the ability to distinguish intelligence from the ability to articulate. Yeah, we might not can't say stuff about the electoral college and the precinct captains, so on and so forth. But again, we don't need no degree. They say, man, this shit fucked up. That was happening to get them in county jail. Ride through Inglewood. Look at the parks. Then go up north. You know what I'm saying? And if you can go up north, you know what I'm saying, without getting stopped by the police. Go up there and look around. Go into the park districts and shit. Go to simple stuff. Go in there and see, like, bathrooms. Like, literally, bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? Go look at the access to toilet paper. Let's open, oh man, the county jail. Why does Sheriff Tom Dodd don't want us to go up in there and see what the fuck going up in there? What's the big secret? What's the big secret? You know what I'm saying? This is 26 in California. They got documentaries they showing you all the inside of Afghanistan, Iraq, and the worst prisons in Peru. But this motherfucking this closet ass place up here, mother just got them and get knocked up every damn day. 26 in California. So that's, man, like a child. They tell her, well, I just don't speak about that. That's bad. No, that's seeds of time. You know what I'm saying? Man, ease this into conversations. Right on, so, libraries. That's foreign. If they are in our community, we feel like we don't even supposed to go up in the motherfuckers. See, that's why the Black Panther Party, the first example of free medical care, real deal example of free medical care. Minister Doc Satchel, Deputy Minister of Doc Satchel, had the motherfucking thing, a people's advocate. When you came to that medical center, Black Panther Party, he made sure you were taught to a respect. See what I'm saying? See, it's institutions that sisters called me the other day. They got a nice center over here on the west side. It's real nice. You come over there and check it out. Man, she went over them. They said, oh no, man. This how much fee you got to pay for it? And she felt uncomfortable coming up in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing in our community that make us feel comfortable. You would think many of us in the county jail must say, okay, since y'all up in this motherfucker, we'll help y'all, make y'all feel a little more comfortable. We can't feel comfortable in that motherfucker. Chairman Fred said anything in our community, man. If it's not meet the needs of the community, shouldn't be in the motherfucking community. Real talk. So let's call some basic shit. So it's a forum, I think, tomorrow to Sabo Museum. I don't know if I'm able to make it now. Man, put them questions out there. And when these people on the radio show, ask your pastor. Don't let nobody make you feel embarrassed or bad because you're not saying the Queen's English. You're not saying the correct words or terms. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers say, how we gonna deal with this shit with the motherfucker pulling us over, disrespecting us, shoot the motherfucker 16 times? Well, you're not saying the correct way. You gotta come out there, that same confidence that Sister Diamond Lavish Reynolds, when they killed Philando Castile, and they told her she did not see what she seen. Killed that man. And she said the police told her, no, that ain't what happened. When she came out that motherfucking jail, with that box of Newport cigarettes up, didn't go get her hair did, came out that motherfucking jail, say he killed him. Point blank. Then you walk in the county jail, she can leave on the body bag. You know, man, and this is just the ones we know about. This is the ones we know about. So let's seize the time, y'all. I mean, if a motherfucker run for dog catcher, if they want any motherfucking thing, you know what I'm saying? So, no, man, like, you know, as children, we say, okay, don't ask that question. You know what I'm saying? Man, any motherfucker that's rapping, that's why I say, even after this election, let's start moving with that. You know what I'm saying? Even, man, when you saying the word wrong, well, okay, well, I ain't got time to dress it up. You know what I'm saying, man? Let's call these contradictions. So, right, I appreciate the point, and that goes for anywhere, everywhere. Chicago, Maywood, Oakland, you know what I'm saying, up the ante. We'll be surprised on what the motherfucker. Go back and look behind Bridgeport, Canaryville. A lot of them white families over there, they would look at like the movie Shameless. Like I'm telling you for real, like poor white families. When they got through that TIF money, they used the tax increment funds, they used black people's poverty numbers for, and they hit them that money. You walk back through that motherfucking now, they got swimming pools in the backyard, nice houses, all type of shit. And you through the community. You know what I'm saying? I go places, I know, you go see some, look at the park, go look at that park on 59th and Wood, 15th Ward, all them Ray Lopez. Man, it's doghouse look better than that shit, man. 59th and Wood, that fucking park, man, motherfucker got backyards look better than that shit. It's up to Andy, y'all. It's up to Andy. Right on. Great call. Ooh, man. Okay, hold on. Okay.
I'm gonna leave up. I know we ain't got time. One more thing. Everybody mad, and Kanye, R. Kelly, but they cool with Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade. Man, this shit crazy.
You know, I don't know how much time I got. So I had reminded me earlier today. It's one of the war stories. I don't know if I got time. If I don't have to. Huh? Someone asked me earlier today about the time me and Dwayne Wade had a run-in. D-Slave Wade. I wrote about this years back too. How much time we got though? We had a. This is a known situation, you know, man. In fact, who else? David Banner still talk about it. He say, man, Chair, you be kind of, man, yeah, my brother David Banner was there, Eric was the Eric Badu. It was an event. And man, and I'm gonna say this real quick. I like this term Richard Pryor said, you know, he's a peopleologist. I study people. My first contact, I pick up on some of these, you know what I'm saying? And you can see the disdain for black people that Dwayne Wade had. You know, the first contact, you know what I'm saying? And even to the point that the sister that was with him, she tried to, the sister that was the publicist or whatever, she covered down so quick. She said, man, she said, hold on, champion. She seen the contradiction, you know what I'm saying? And these are, you know what I'm saying? And like, man, I'm gonna talk about that situation too. Yeah. But I know I'm gonna get this brother in. I get one more call or two though. But I'm gonna talk about that also. But again, everything's political though. Yes, indeed.
Man, yes, sir.
Free them all. The one more call. If you hey, I'm gonna get this young brother back in with us next week. But I want you to break the ice with us again, and I want people to go do some research and tell that one call. Hold on, tell us what you do again, brother. I want people to do some research on this here. Go ahead.
I got a therapy program called Initiating Change for Self, and what we do is we go into juvenile facilities. We go in local facilities, anywhere that we can reach at-risk youth, and I have a therapeutic curriculum that I created. It's an 8-week curriculum, and each curriculum have different points of reality in which to bring the kids to self-awareness, self-control, all in a way that they understand, like speaking their language. It's kind of like what their parents are saying, but I understand there's a conflict in between generations because of the language barrier. So it's the things that their parents trying to say to them, but I'm saying it to them in a way that they understand it. And I got visuals for them so that it can make it easier, no matter if they have so I got it in a way as to where each learning style is acclimated into everything so that each child can get it, whether they're a visual learner, a kinesthetic learner, an audio learner, whatever it is, whatever their learning styles is, I studied it and I entered it into this program. And so far it's been at 100% success rate, like reaching our youth.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned that because like generational gaps, generation, sometimes it's a communication break off. Let me ask, I always say this, the elephant in the room. With the generational differences, I tell you, communication is hindered, it broke off. Is it okay, even with the race question, you know what I'm saying? So is it something, but do we have to, like, we talk about mental health or juvenile, dealing with juvenile incarceration and so forth? Is that something that we have to be including in the conversation, acknowledging the race, the differential in the race contradiction? Is that something that also to be inclusive in that? And I'm prefacing it with so much care, because a lot of times when this comes up, people tend to dismiss it subjectively, like no, we all the same. So, but it's no issue to acknowledge that generations have different ways of communicating. Gender, you know what I'm saying, men and women. Right. But that of the race question, how is that dealt with?
Man, I mean, we got to be frank about that. Like they live, like, different races live different styles. It's cultural, you know what I'm saying? And so I would say that when I say at-risk youth, I'm saying like our youth, our kids, because they don't have as much as influence around their negative neighborhoods. Like, for an example, like when I was saying that I had studied forensic psychology, so I could study the childhoods of a serial killer, right?
Yes.
And so that ended up, they turned into an adult and they make multiple murders. And so I noticed in their childhood, it's certain things that they didn't have that made them, maybe it was like at home, violence inside the home, and then I matter of fact, I kind of looked at it into like a current time. So right now, the music that we have, it glorifies people catching bodies and stuff like that. Them serial killers, that's not a natural thing. That's not a natural thing. And so it's like, that's in our culture heavy, if we just being honest. And so it's like, I feel in a way, it's kind of like, when I'm aware of something, I'm accountable for helping it if I have the skill set. God bless me in that area to be able to use me as a vessel in order to get this to these kids. And so it's definitely a big difference because they can't relate to what this child going through. And that's why I created the therapeutic curriculum from the other therapy company that I was working with. Because I'm like, these black kids can't relate to this. It's not their reality. Because it's like, man, it's like what can an older white woman tell a young black teen? You get what I'm saying? You didn't live his reality. You can walk outside and go do different things. But in our reality, people are intimidated of it. You get what I'm saying? It's like they see me, people will never think that, you get what I'm saying? I do what I do, or whatever the case may be, because they're judging off my physical appearance. But it's the same with a lot of kids, though. This
is a common contradiction in regards to the medical field, the judicial system, media. Why is it like even a hesitancy to even acknowledge it? Like, in the judicial system, people talking like a jury of my own peers. Like, it's not like people can say, okay, to be judged by your own peers. Some people say, well, it doesn't make a difference as long as you have a jury. Why is this something? What do you attribute it to? Of not want to acknowledge that and say, okay, no, we talking about mental health. You know, so like even that analogy you just gave about in regards to like even with the rap, if you listen to it, you know, so like this is a white guy named Pastor Mike. His name is Pastor. He says the lyrics of some of these songs, and when him saying as a white person, the vernacular, his vernacular, you say, damn, he talking about killing all these people. You know what I'm saying? And you see the different impact. But you know, so with the beats, it becomes normalized in our community. Why is that? What do you attribute to a fight for it not to be acknowledged, or you just even mention it like, "Oh, you racist," or "Don't say that"? You know, when we talking about culture, like in India, two men walking down the street holding hands is a different dynamic than this one on the street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not different cultures, and cultures like the balance of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like there's certain things, in Islam, you know what I'm saying? Like, how relationships are, so on, are viewed, and you put that in context of what it is, it balances out.
Right.
But the black community, you know what I'm saying, in particular, is forced to say, okay, just make do. You know what I'm saying? Take that. Okay, I know this thing. You don't eat this sandwich, but say this food is good, so on and so forth. What are you a trip? And brother just told me the other day, Chairman, you be asking questions, but you be throwing about 10 questions at one time. And I forgive me, I crack on. I said, I think like Most Def. I know you said Ryan Coogler. Ryan be doing that too. Like it be so many thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It be so many thoughts. You like jamming them in. So I know I threw a lot at you, but.
All right, so I would like just culturally, right?
Yes.
So I would say like our culture has been so manipulated.
Yes.
By like things that we don't even have access to, and the main way to get to like the kids is the social media.
Uh-huh.
It's all about it's a portrayal of an image that's like accepted, or like this. If you not this, then you a lame, you a square.
Uh-huh.
But in reality, it's like, if they going about this much to like persuade our kids into something else, it's like, what are y'all hiding from us? Who are we really?
Yeah.
So I think identity, once we get our identity,
Yeah.
it's over with.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, but we all gotta be a collective, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so much of
Identity.
identity, that's
Yeah.
what it is. So in my first session, at the end of it, I have 5 questions that I asked the youth to end it off. And
Yes.
the first question is addressing identity, is who am I?
Huh.
Ask yourself, who am I? Who are you? If somebody asks you
Yes.
who are you? You get what I'm saying? What
Yes.
would you say? How would you describe yourself?
Yes.
And it's like, and I let them know that that's gonna change, because as life go, your mindset gonna switch.
Yeah.
And so, the second question we address, where am I from? Not Africa, not America, not Chicago. So in the beginning, I kind of mentioned it. So in the beginning, I asked them. I'm gonna bring it back though. So in the beginning, I asked them, like, if you were. So it's a picture of guys holding a casket, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I say, inside of this casket, this is the same person that was alive that you seen. What's the difference? And the kids be like, well, they look fake. They look cold. They don't look real. You get what I'm saying? They look stale. It look lifeless. They look empty. But they know it's the same person. Versus in life, they look like they full of blood, full of life, full of energy, got spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the first thing I establish is that we have a life force inside of us. It's something that's making us look different. If we're the same person but we look different, it's something that we got, right?
Yeah.
So it's a life force. And so with that being said, where are we from? Where does that life force come from?
Yeah.
So that addresses the second question. The third question is, what is my purpose?
Huh.
So I use anatomy, like, so I asked the kids, since they so me approaching the kids that's incarcerated, right? So I asked them, like, so if you was to race somebody, 1 million people, right? 1 million people for your freedom, do you think you'll win? Some be like, most say no. Some try to say yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all different speeds, but I tell them, like, you won already. Anatomy, right? 1 million sperms, you was the one sperm that made it, right? And so your reward was life. So now, what is your purpose? What is your reasoning for being here? And that's all in the fourth question, your potential. What's the thing that you would do for the rest of your life for free if you didn't get paid for it, but you just love to do it?
Yeah.
And so really, that's what I want to emphasize, helping these children find their purpose, their reason for being here.
Yeah.
It's fulfilling.
Yeah.
It's like, if I'm good at something, and I know I'm good at something, I want to do it all the time. And you have no other choice. You have no other way of getting distracted. I'm not finna go slide with bro because I got something that I'm finna do.
Yeah.
And I love it more than what it is because I know who I am now.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? And so it's really like what we doing right now, like having these conversations and really having a chance to really get that out there to these children, because man, it's really major, and they need a lot of guidance like us though. So
how old are you again, brother?
I'm 29.
29 years old. Hey, y'all did this shit, man. Hey, speaking of making history, taking this and taping this for y'all, we ain't to cut off. Hey, we gonna be back. He gonna be black in with us, y'all, again. Freedom on Radio, from west side of Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Man, brother, man, give us some contact information, y'all. Y'all put the word out. We're going to be back on deck again. We done covered a lot of bases, y'all, but we ain't hit the home run yet. We ain't free yet. We done hit electoral politics. Mumia Abu Jamal, Tyrone Pettis, Comrade Courtney Chua in New Orleans. Hey, we ain't set tripping. We in coast to coast. In fact, outside of that, in the spirit of internationalism, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We talking a worldwide fight, but again, we come in a lot of places. But again, give us some contact information, my brother.
Yes, sir. You can reach me on my Instagram at ICFS Consultancy, or you can reach me at GZ Daniels on Instagram. My email is initiatingchangeforself@gmail.com. And if you reach me, I also got a website at ICFSconsultancy.com as well. If you reach me on any one of those platforms, I'll provide you with my number and we can have a conversation.
What does that feel again? You in? I want y'all to do some research when you come back so y'all can be more informed. What does that feel again?
I graduated in forensic psychology.
Forensic psychology. All right, y'all. That's your homework assignment. Check that out. And also, we're going to be talking about updates on electoral politics and the machines in Chicago in particular, maybe with other places, y'all. Hey, remember, up the ante, y'all. You know what I'm saying? These are some questions, basic questions that we can ask people. They talking about, man, it's the Temptation song, Ball of Confusion. There's a line say, vote for me and I'll set you free. And we got to jump in and say, hey, Diddy, what's your position about the Cook County Jail? What you know what I'm saying? But I was going, man, basics still in our communities, you know what I'm saying? Man, politics. Politics is food, clothing, and shelter. It's a means of survival. How you view it, how you do it. If you get it, don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Again, y'all been another powerful episode of Freedom on Radio Live, Intellectual Radio, in the spirit of making history, taking history, and taping history. Again, it's an honor and humble to serve. So give us something to take us on out with y'all. Same time, same station next week. SaveHamptonHouse.org. SaveHamptonHouse.org. Hit that donate button. Don't be scared of it, y'all. It's called Free 'em All.
Chairman, I appreciate you.
Man, this is your last time. I appreciate you, brother.